Section 7 of the syllabus reflects your class calendar and assignments for the quarter. Let me highlight 6 items as they relate to the class calendar. Number 1, the class calendar controls all due dates and times for all deliverables, which are usually on Saturday of the week that they are listed in the class calendar at 11:45 p.m. unless otherwise denoted in the class calendar itself or announced in your etudes shell. Keep in mind that some deliverables are due in the middle of the week, so make sure you read each week carefully. Etudes or MAL may reflect slightly different dates to accommodate extension requests or the like. Now, the calendar, no matter what, is always what controls all due dates and times for all deliverables in the class. That's the number 1 thing to remember. Number 2, the work week runs from Monday morning through Friday at noon, but the calendar extends each week by 1 day into Saturday in most cases. This is for those of you that need to work on the weekend. Some of you may even want to use Sundays as your starting day for each week. Item 3. The calendar is organized by week, with a pre-week, meaning before the beginning of the quarter, weeks 1 through 12, which represent all the weeks in the quarter, obviously one row in the calendar per week, and at the end you've got the post-week or post-quarter, which is the the things that I need to do and you also must do to close the class. Let me go back to the top for item number 4. The deliverables listed in the class calendar parallel those in the listed in the graded components section 6 of your syllabus. In most cases, as you will note, each chapter requires 1 quiz and 1 homework, which you must submit in MAL. Now, the class calendar also lists the assigned homework items. Let me show you, for example, the one for chapter 16. You'll notice that in week number 2, homework 16 is due on that Saturday on April 19th. Now, that homework 16 is based on the assigned items here for chapter 16. Exercise 16, meaning chapter 16, so exercise 14, 15, 16, all the way through 21, plus problem chapter 16, problem 25A. Now, these are the problems you will find towards the end of the chapter as homework, and the related the related answer keys that you need to use to review and to learn how the authors have solved those problems, you can find in resources as PDF files in most cases. You can also find those answer keys in my modules with additional notes that I've made in those modules for the assigned homework items. Now, in MAL, you will receive very similar problems as the ones that I just discussed, the assigned homework items. They are the same except with different numbers and different names. So if you learn how to solve the assigned items using the answer keys and the modules, then you should be able to solve the very same, or I should say the similar problems fed to you by MAL in the homeworks. Aside from the homeworks, as you see in week 1, you will also have to submit quiz 16 for chapter 16 on that Saturday, April 12th. Now, that quiz is normally based off of your reading for that chapter. In this case, chapter 16 is on pages 773 through 792. So you got approximately 2 weeks here to submit quiz 16, and then later in the second week of that period, homework 16. In addition to that, you've got class activity 1, CA1, which is due at the end of the first week, April 12th. But I highly encourage you to do this much earlier than that. I'm hoping that you can do this by Tuesday. And then in week 2, you submit your first chance to submit one of your postings for the CA2 requirement. And again, to find out what these are, you should simply go to the class dashboard and look under class activities. The other thing I wanted to mention here is the exams. The first exam for this class will be due on Saturday, May 3rd, but note that the access to that exam opens up on Friday, May 2nd. So the text access window, it covers 2 days. That means that you can access the test on either Friday or Saturday, but once you're in, you have about 2 to 3 hours, depends on the test, to submit that exam. And so this exam is due again by 11:45 p.m. on Saturday, May 3rd, and it covers chapter 16 through 18. Down here in week 8, same sort of approach. Midterm number 2, which covers chapters 19 through 21, opens on Friday for those people that need to work on the week, during the week, and then Saturday is also available to you. And those are usually for people that need the weekend to work on these exams. And this one is due on May 31st by 11:45 p.m. And finally, down here on Thursday, June 26th, finals week, you have the final exam, which covers all the chapters. It's comprehensive with respect to the theory questions, and it's mostly focused on the latter chapters 22 to 24, with respect to the problems. That is due on Thursday. It opens and closes on the same day, so plan accordingly. One more item would be the project. Project is actually due again finals week on Tuesday, June 24th.